Well, Ben, some people say that the grass is not wet in the morning.
It's not wet in the morning?
Yeah, but sometimes it do.
Do you have a point?
I am rare coin expert Walt Durham.
Industry veteran Ben Parker.
And today we're on the Coin Guys of Texas. And today we're talking about the craziness that has been the 2024 flowing hair silver medals.
Yeah.
I know we've covered this over the last couple of weeks, but it's a developing thing.
Yeah,
the markets has gone nuts for the flowing hairs by all means.
Yeah, so if you ordered one,
congratulations.
Pat yourself on the back. This is huge.
US Mint sold out first day on October 15th, which was 2 days ago?
Yeah, today's the 17th. So 2 days ago.
2 days ago they sold out, and sold out rather quickly. So here's what you've got going on in the market. First of all, we've got one coin delivered here. We had the advanced releases; those sold out. And how long did it take us to sell out of our advanced release 70s?
Less than a day.
Less than a day. For all the advanced release 70s that we got, they sold out in less than a day. And I love the COA, by the way.
It's beautiful.
With the cutout. For our customers who pre-ordered the 70s, I'm doing my best to get the COAs shipped with them. Just because I think anytime you got a special issue like this from the US Mint, I think it's nice to keep those with them. And even though that they're in certified holders, but man, I'm a fan of the coin.
Yeah.
So of the actual coin. So this is, again, today's the 17th. So 2 days ago they came out. These aren't the first ones we got. Obviously we had the advanced releases that went to bulk purchasers first, but man, it's a beautiful coin, beautiful presentation, and you can tell it's beautiful because the market's going nuts for it. You want to see it?
Oh, yeah.
So if you have been living under a rock, the United States Mint has come out with the 230th anniversary of the flowing hair medals. It's a silver medal, but it's the recreation of the first $1 coin. Come out of the mint at $104 plus your choice of shipping, which can range from $5 to $20, from what I understand, because some people ordered overnight shipping.
Yeah. Theirs got here today, and I think I did the regular, and mine's getting here Saturday.
Yeah, mine's due tomorrow. I did the regular shipping, and so cost basis of $109 to $124, depending on how you place your shipping. Well, so. And I know that there's a bunch of people who go out to eBay and look at the eBay prices and like, oh, well, these are, and here's what's happening here. I don't know if people understand this, but those pre-sales can be canceled.
Just because they took your money doesn't mean they're going to keep it.
Correct. They can't. I mean, it says on every pre-sale order on eBay, we reserve the right to cancel these. And I'm here to tell you right now, and by the time this episode comes out, it's going to come to fruition. A lot of you are going to get your orders canceled. And the reason being is that the major US Mint distributors thought they were going to be able to get more coins. And it turns out that the US Mint sold out in a matter of hours. So now they're scrambling, trying to find coins to fulfill orders, and it's not looking good.
You know what this reminds me a lot of?
What?
In the stock market, you can be either short or long a position. And basically, you're just borrowing something, and it's a promise that you're going to pay it back for this price. So with these people, they have an opportunity to take your money, and if they can get it for less than that, it doesn't matter where they get it from. If they can get it for less than that, then they're making profit. So now, just like in the stock market, say you go short on something or you're long and it goes the opposite direction, you can be caught, for lack of a better term, with your pants down. You have orders that you need to fill. And in this case, the reason why you're probably going to see those cancellations happen is because they might have sold, say it was OGP or whatever it might have been. They sold it to you at a certain price, but now because there's not enough of them, they would have to lose money in order to fill those orders. So through eBay's policies, they're going to be able to cancel that. Right. And they more than likely, they did put it in their section that tells you the information about the coin. There's no sale guaranteed. You're not 100% going to get this coin, but this is kind of your ticket in line to get it.
So what we did is, yesterday when it kind of came to fruition, when I talked to most of the major US Mint distributors, most of these coins in 70 and stuff are coming out of one or two, maybe three places. I say the vast majority of them.
Yeah.
And those people have zero coins to sell. Zero. So they're stuck into a predicament. Those people got advanced releases, right? Advanced release right now, the bid for advanced release, the publicly posted bid for advanced release eligible flowing hairs is $400. So now they're in a predicament. They went and pre-sold thousands, whatever, of regular mint state 70s for less than that. Do they go take those advanced release coins and move them to just regular, no, they're not. They're going to cancel orders. So we went to eBay yesterday and we bought up a bunch of 70s, knowing that our orders are probably going to be canceled. But if they're dumb enough to fulfill them,
even if 10% of them fill them.
we'll take them because we have demand. We've already had to turn people away just because. Listen, I mean, the coin's not going to fall off the face of the earth. It's the pricing metric that you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know if you'll be able to fulfill at 200, 400, 600. I mean, I've seen 70s already online at 695. There's just a lot of variables, and we're covered on our initial pre-order. I talked to the distributor today, and our initial pre-order's good. So everybody that pre-ordered from us is locked in. We're locked in. We're good. And that's going to happen across, however, depending on how early you pre-ordered. This is why I don't like pre-sales. But, as a dealer, we're in a predicament because everybody's wanting to go pre-sell them. So the distributors are like, so they're going to come out of the mint at this. We'll be able to get these. And then we suspect the grade rate's going to be this, and we're comfortable at selling at this price, and so here you go pre-sale. So we're in a bind because we have the knowledge to know that these things can go south or up, and if we say no, then our customers are going to go somewhere else to buy them. So it all starts. I mean, it's just why I don't like pre-sales on a lot of stuff. On new, like something fancy like this. Fancy is a good word. I mean, it's fancy.
Unique.
So here's what I see happening with the gold, because the gold coins are coming up next month. I think you're going to see limited pre-sales on that. I think the distributors are learning a lesson right now.
Yeah, they burnt their tongue on drinking that coffee too quick.
Yeah. So the bids, people often comment on YouTube and stuff and say, hey, can you give us actual prices? I can't post the screenshots because that goes against the rules of the group of the groups that we're in. But I can tell you that the highest bid I've seen for and this is kind of confusing, a sealed flowing hair. When it says sealed, that means the outer box sealed. The outer packaging, how it was shipped to you, is $152. Now, keep in mind that you're throwing away your chance at a privy for $152. I don't care if the box is sealed. Like, if I know that obviously we bought this one today, we bought, they're starting to come in.
Yeah.
I know that you haven't sent them to grading within the first couple of days, and that's all I care about. They're fresh.
Yeah.
I see fresh, opened boxes at as low as $115, at high as $135. Again, open the dang box, see if you got a privy.
Yeah, and I'm willing to bet, depending on how badly people want to fill their order, and if it's a dealer that you trust, you can probably get in contact with them and say, hey, it is sealed. I'm not going to open. We're talking about, when we say sealed, we're talking about the shipping material, the pack material. You haven't opened it up from USPS. And I'm willing to bet that if it's someone trustworthy, you send them that coin, and it ends up, let's say they open it, it's brand new, and it is a privy, they'll probably let you know about it. But there's some that I mean, we're talking, so for the privies, it's a wild difference between sealed bids that we're getting and privy bids.
So initially last week you saw bids posted for about $750 for privies, and which seems like a reasonable bid for a 1 ounce silver medal. 1,794 privies out there. $750. Hey, that's a great payday on something you paid $110 for.
Yeah.
Now, as early as Tuesday, we saw bids go to $1,500 and then $1,900. And as of this morning, 1 hour ago, on a private dealer network that we have, privy sealed box bid at $3,000. $3,000.
This is at the wholesale level.
Yeah, this is straight.
As many as you can get, they'll buy it. Yeah.
So here's what I kind of feel happened. So what people don't understand is, like, when the U.S. Mint comes out with the Morgan Silver Dollars, right? It has a mintage limit, and they go, the mintage is going to be 275,000. On the flowing here's the mintage limit was 75,000. Your brain only hears what you want to hear, and you heard mintage. What you're not understanding is limit. There is no saying that the mint has to make 75,000. I actually feel, and this may come to truth, in the coming weeks, I feel the U.S. Mint made less than 75,000 for whatever reason. I can't tell you if it was 60,000, 65,000, 30,000, 50,000.
Because all that mintage limit tells you is that it's somewhere between 1 and 75,000.
Because with the U.S. Mint distributors not being able to go back and buy after public sales means, to me, shows me that they didn't make 75,000. And only time will either prove me right or wrong. And it does. I just have that feeling that they made less than 75,000.
So let's talk real quick about, I'm sure anybody listening to this, there's at least some people that got on the Mint's website and ordered these coins. Overall, I have to say, in comparison to past releases, this went so well.
Yeah, so
I mean,
smooth.
they did really good job with, I believe before, and I'm not super savvy on some of this technology stuff, but before, it seemed like everything was handled directly through the Mint's website, and that's why we saw crashes before with other releases. This one, they did almost like a virtual waiting room.
Yeah.
It said, don't leave the page. It told you an estimated time. You'd see it tick down to so many minutes, and it went well, and then all of a sudden you're on the Mint's website. So I think this release, if you got on yourself and ordered, you probably got one, just because I think they handled this situation so much better. So if anybody...
Well, that was a major complaint from the public.
Yes.
Major complaint from the public. So they've really made valiant efforts over the last 3 years to fix that. And it looks like, yes, I'm with you 100%. I think they fixed the crashing problem. And
hopefully we see that continue with future releases, especially the gold. If it's handled anyway like the silver, then you actually have a good shot of ordering through their website.
And listen, if you were on the fence about the gold, the silver medal should have proved it to you. You need to be involved in the gold coin. I mean, I get it. It's going to be a high price point.
But if this is what a medal did, imagine what a gold coin is going to do.
Yeah.
So
I heard you say earlier, the first ever $1 1 ounce gold coin in U.S. Mint history.
Yeah. 24 karat, $1 gold.
High relief.
I mean, it's got everything going.
Beautiful design.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is one of my favorites. We put one in the display case this morning.
I would have liked to have seen a privy mark on the gold. And that's just because...
Are they not doing privies on the gold?
As far as I understand, they're not doing privy mark on the gold. They're just going to do a mintage limit of 17,500. And if they did do a privy, if this is what the silver's doing, imagine what a privy on the gold would do if you have a chase of only 230 of those. That's...
Again, so we film these about a week before you guys see them. So... But I want to say this. So we've talked about it. There's 200 back to the silvers. There's 230 of them for the 200 that will have a signed COA.
Yes.
Okay, along with a privy. People always want to know pricing and stuff like that. I've heard of one dealer, personal close friend of mine, who paid $7,500 for a signed COA already.
The privy, yeah.
With signed COA and privy. This is a 1 ounce silver medal straight from the mint.
Not even a coin.
Paid $7,500 for it. So these are real numbers. This is as real as I can get them to you. And if you have like questions, I'm going to be really active on the comments coming up, because as this thing evolves, like I said, we filmed this about a week before you see it. I can be able to answer some more specific questions within the week.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those things that we're going to have to come back and revisit, just because of how monumental of a product release this was for the Mint, the demand that we're seeing. So we're going to see this continue. I personally believe that we're going to see it continue throughout the rest of the year.
So here's the good news, right?
All right, good news.
If you're a coin collector, this shows you that the hobby's alive and well.
Oh, yeah.
The next thing is, and listen, I'm not telling you these prices are going to continue. You know, these prices could, you know, I showed you guys a chart the other day of all previous US Mint releases, special releases, where, you know, demand and value kind of goes like this, and then it kind of wanes, and either it's going to go back up like the 2021 high relief metal, right? The gold one. It's either going to go right back up, or it's going to kind of settle off and plateau and find its actual level. I can't tell you where we're at in that. We're definitely on the rise or to the peak. So it may settle a little bit, but it may continue to go back up. And if my hunch is true that the US Mint did not make the full 75,000, then you have variables in play that if they come back and say, okay, there's enough demand, let's go strike the other 25,000,
30,000, 40,000. We just don't know, how many
or whatever that number is, 10,000. Then they're adding more supply, which would dealers would drop the bids because they're more available. It's all supply and demand.
I mean, imagine if they only struck, let's say, because we know the mintage limit for sure is 75,000. Imagine if they only struck 40,000. So that's another variable you have to think about. If another 35,000 come onto the market, or people have access to them, we could have dilution enough that we could see prices decrease overall.
Yes. And people also, people ask me, well, if the mintage limit is 75,000, well, then why didn't they do 75,000? I'm not saying they didn't do 75,000. I'm just saying I have a feeling based on what I'm seeing that because they don't have to.
And I would say the main reason why that notion makes sense is because of we knew that we were going to have access to so many, they sell out. And things like this, they can sell out fairly quick. These sold out super fast for us. And then we started, because you have your network, we start seeing messages of, hey, I have so many available, there's wholesalers that are offering them. Those offers quickly turn into, please, in any shape or form, I don't care if it's open, unopened, Mint State 69, Mint State 70, if they're asking for whatever form they can get, that tells us something's going on.
Yeah, and I can just tell you, like, I pull my phone out, and I never really do, but the messages are going off, and it's dealers saying, do you have flowing hairs to sell?
How many do you have? I have this many.
Do you have flowing hairs to sell? So it's definitely a popular release. The market, you guys, the collectors, determine its value, determine if it's a good coin or not, and the market has spoken.
That's
clearly.
Yeah.
So this is an exciting release. If you didn't get it, what would you suggest for people who did not get it from the US Mint?
If you have a little,
if you're just an OGP collector, what would be your suggestion?
Okay, so you probably already are purchasing from an individual dealer that you like. Contact them first, see what their response is, because we don't know every single dealer out in the United States, but there are probably some people that, you're going to see individual smaller places where dealers might have ordered one that you might be lucky and be able to find it in your local coin shop in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, people who are disconnected from the big market.
So let's say you missed it completely. Maybe wait 2 weeks. let things settle down just a little bit. If you have to have it, you're going to pay through the nose right now.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you're just wanting an example of it in OGP, and you're not one of those people who like everything in 70 flawless, definitely wait for the what's called grading rejects.
Yeah,
and those are coins that don't hit 70 or don't hit 69. Because I've said this before on the podcast that we can tell NGC, we send 100 coins and we say minimum grade 70, minimum grade 69. And anything that does not hit that minimum grade comes back to us, and then therefore we sell. As OGP, we put it back into the original. If that's your case, that's going to be your best bet to get to your lowest price point.
and you're probably going to see that happen around 2 weeks.
But this is like, I can't remember of a 1 ounce silver coin metal with a 1 per household limit.
Now, I want to say the 2019 S Enhanced Reverse Proof.
Probably.
That one, I want to say it had a 1 per household because I was only able to get one originally when that came out. I think you too, and that it was.
Do you remember how much you paid for that?
Funny enough, I was on my US Mint account, and I clicked over just to see because they keep track of everything that you've bought when you bought it. It was like $89.
Wow.
Yeah. So now that's this. It's bringing back memories of the 2019 because we're seeing
it really is
similar demand. So my personal opinion, and I could be wrong, I think we're going to see prices increase for the next week. And then if you're looking for OGP in the following week, you're going to see prices come back down to earth a little bit. Like you said, with those grading rejects, and we're going to have another shot at them at that point. But with the way this release has gone, my focus now is this has been great. We're going to pay attention to this, but now I think not just me, but a lot of people are already turning their heads to the gold. Gold is going to be absolutely insane at the end of the year.
Right. Yeah, it's and again, keep that in mind. If the U.S. Mint did not make the full mintage, it's because of where we're at in the year and what's still to come in this year. They have the gold coins. They have.
Do you think so? I haven't really heard any more information on the star privies. They haven't really announced.
It's because it's so far out, and those aren't going to be released to the public through the mint. They're only through. They're just like the bullion coins. They're only through the authorized purchasers. I talked to an authorized purchaser yesterday. He's like, "Hey, you're going to want some star privies." I said, "Yeah," and he said, "Well, I said, "Yeah, I know you're not getting them to December, so we're a little ways out from."
True, but in addition to the gold, they have that. I don't know if they have any other. I think there's only maybe at Denver and Philadelphia they're doing some quarter anything stuff like that.
And then they strike 2025 stuff at the end of the year. So there's evidence to me to believe that there's a reason they didn't want leftovers and
they're rushing.
They're rushing, and this happened in 2008. And they revamped and limited their product schedule in 2009. That's when they didn't make proof. So I don't know. Good coin, metal, whatever.
Yeah. Great product release.
Great product
great
release.
metal,
Exciting.
Beautiful.
It's a ever changing market. And if it does significantly change, I'll make some quicker videos.
Don't make shorts and announcements.
Quicker videos that we could put up and say, kind of, here's, just me sitting at my desk saying, like, this is kind of where we're at. But we're doing our best to keep you guys informed of what everything is going on. It's just literally changing by the second. I mean, my phone is going off.
Message to message.
My phone's going off about bids and different prices, and normally it does not do that with any kind of release. It's stuff that can wait, but people are in a bind. People went and pre-sold, retailers went out and pre-sold 1,000 coins, and maybe they're only getting 500. Maybe they're only getting 800. And so nobody likes to return money. I mean, it's a business, right? Yeah. And you want to fulfill your promises to your customers and keep your word. And, one of the things you don't want to do is tell a customer you'll sell him a coin or metal at this price, and you got to cancel that order, and then all of a sudden that customer has to pay 40%, 60% more money through somewhere else or down the road because you couldn't deliver on what you promised. So that's the situation that's happening now. So hopefully things kind of settle off. And like I said, we'll try to keep you guys updated on what's going on.
Yeah.
But if you do have a question, if you do have something you want answered, please put it in the comments. I'll be active on the comments. I done told Jordan I'll be active next week on the comments to really, and like I said, we'll do the short videos or whatever, quick videos on what's really happening in the market to kind of keep you as up to date as possible. Less production.
Yeah.
No Jordan putting nice stuff across the screen. Just me sitting at a desk telling you.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, that's all I have, Ben.
That's about it. Oh, well, before we go, gold did get to an all-time high. So we are sitting at, I'll just tell everybody real quick, $2,691. It's going to keep on moving.
I just saw $26.95 earlier.
$26.95. See, it's constantly moving up, but it's going to be a really interesting close to the year. So
hold on to your hats.
Hold on to them.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Coin guys from Texas guessed the grade. Unfortunately, nobody got the correct grade of the 1853-0. It was an AU50 PCGS CAC certified in an old green holder. Now, I was going to grab the coin, show you all the picture of the coin, but unfortunately the coin sold within a day and it's already shipped out to one of our customers. So we'll put the PCGS certified information report on this video, but it was an AU50. Nobody correctly guessed the grade, so we'll try again next week, guys.